So I wanted to make this video about anger. Because for most of my life, I would have described myself as quite a calm person. But lately, I really don't feel like that's been the case. I think it's dawned on me just how much the world we live in is trying to get a reaction out of us. Maybe this applies to the online world more than anything, but it feels like the things we consumed are designed to get a reaction out of us, designed to enrage us, otherwise known as rage bait. Almost every time I go online, I'm getting drawn into things. And a lot of the time, it's not even a conscious process. I see something and react to it. There's nothing in between there. There's no delay. I see something, then I just reply back to it. And I can honestly get drawn into these back and forth arguments online that accomplish absolutely nothing, but I'm happy to go on with them for days and days. It sounds crazy saying it out loud. I've had arguments with people online, faceless strangers on the internet, that have gone on for days. And as much as I sit here and tell you that I'm kind of disgusted at myself, that I don't like this side of myself, there's part of me, and I think this is true for a lot of people, that enjoys it, that enjoys the anger. Almost feels like a sense of power and entitlement, I guess, when I experience that anger. Something that makes me feel kind of alive. I think in some ways we're addicted to anger. So I wanted to make this video to talk about this anger I've been experiencing, this specific type of anger, which is more to do with the online world than anything else, but has actually applied to a lot of situations in the external world. And how I'm kind of learning to decompress from that, to almost detach, to not be so bothered, to look at these things in a different way, more of like a neutral way, and not react to it, to not fall for the rage bait, to not let that take up so much space in my mind. So let's get into it. So a little bit more on how this comes about. I think everyone has their interests. And mine is football. I absolutely love football. I love having discussions online. I love knowing the most about what's going on in the footballing world. I'm kind of a crackhead when it comes to any kind of information on football. I want to be the first to know about everything. But with that kind of comes the ugly side, which is the rage bait. The banter is what we call it in football world, which is just about putting down other fan bases. It's very, very tribal. It's like classic in-group, out-group. My side is the best, and if you're not with me, you're against me. And I'm going to make you look stupid. And there's so much provocation. There's so much back and forth. I think it says a lot that sometimes my first reaction when my team does well is I want to go and provoke the rival fan bases. Because it's been going on for so long, because I'll see them trying to get in my head, trying to provoke me, I feel the need to retaliate. My first thought isn't celebrating my team's win necessarily. It's okay, how can I assert dominance over them? How can I put them down? How can I make them look stupid? And oftentimes it's not just one set of rivals or like one fan base against another. It can be inside the same fan base. If someone says something I don't agree with, or maybe wants to contradict me, and maybe I feel like they're trying to provoke me, I'd respond with just as much kind of anger and venom as if they were someone in a rival fan base. Oftentimes it's even worse within the same fan base, because you're exposed to maybe even more ridiculous kind of takes and things that are so ridiculously kind of ill-informed that you kind of wonder, is this someone who is actually a part of my fan base? Like, how could they think this? And everyone's got so much more of like so much more like strength of opinion, and believes they're entitled to talk on everything with like such authority. I'm even getting a bit annoyed thinking about this, but I've just been drawn in, and I'll go back and forth with people for days, and the other side of that is me enjoying this. It's me enjoying the feeling I get of like clapping back at someone, of retaliating, wanting to put someone down, wanting to make them feel the same, like not just anger, but like with anger, there's something underneath. There's always another emotion underneath anger, because anger is a way of protecting ourselves. Anger is fight or flight. But beneath that, there's some other kind of emotion. There's shame, there's maybe humiliation, some kind of danger. And it's wanting them to feel that for putting you through this. It's like, how dare they say this? I need to come back at them 10 times worse. And sometimes I'll go out of my way to provoke people. I'll have like the receipts in my head of when someone said something, and I'll want to kind of get a reaction out of those people. Or worse, I'll engage with people who are clearly acting in bad faith. Maybe people who like are known for having like reputations for just saying like a load of nonsense and arguing with people over like nothing reasons, or people who are really negative. And the ironic thing is, I really hate people who are negative online when it comes to football. But you end up responding with negativity. You end up being pulled down to their level. So there's some interesting things we can learn from these patterns. And it's not, when it comes to the online world, I've been talking about football, but you might as well trade football. You could swap it out for any particular interest, hobby, or part of your identity. Politics probably being the most like relevant one. Everything I've said about football now, trying to provoke the other side, storing the receipts in your head, going out there searching for a reaction, that could easily be applied to fans of artists, different TV shows and media, to politics, anything you like. And there'll be people like this in real life as well, who are looking to get a reaction out of you. So I think all of this learning that I've been done, it's really relevant. You're going to get some value from it. But where I've kind of begun to unpack this, to kind of realize what's really going on here, is in monitoring like my physical reaction to these situations. Not just how I feel reading comments, which are very likely rage bait, like the emotional experience of that, but also like before that. Last night, I was arguing with someone about something really stupid I think it was on Reddit. And I had the last word, because you want to get the last word in before I went to bed. And when I woke up this morning, I was almost like a bit anxious to check Reddit because I'm anticipating their reply. I almost feel my body tense up, like I'm getting ready for someone to have said something nasty to me. I'm anticipating some kind of threat, some kind of danger. I'm almost willing myself to be like, oh, get ready. This person could have replied to you. They could have said something. They could have made you feel bad. And there's also there's another layer of anxiety underneath that for what if they said something to me to make me look stupid? And I've gone to sleep and whatever really intelligent or witty reply they've left has caused other people to think this person's got one over on me. They've made me look dumb. And I realize that's another component of this. It's the fear of being made to look stupid, or the fear of potential embarrassment. That's what I mean when I say there's always another layer under the anger. The anger is just a way of protecting you from feeling something worse. It's like a way of reclaiming your honor. If that makes sense. Like in a fight, if someone disrespects you, you get angry, you either fight or you run away, but the whole thing's done, the whole thing's resolved. Anger is the protective response from feeling something you don't want to. And it probably sounds like this person took up so much space in my head for me to still be thinking about it, but I think in some ways that's because of what I just said, that's normal. Because these online situations don't have a resolution, there's no clear end to the fight. My nervous system, my threat detection doesn't know when to turn itself off. It doesn't know that I'm not in danger anymore. There hasn't been any clear resolution. But just the range of emotions I felt logging on today, it says to me that there's something more going on there. If I feel like I'm in physical danger at the idea of someone having embarrassed me, someone I don't even know, and there's no stakes to it, is there? It's online, it's not my actual reputation, but I'm still reacting in the same way as if there's some kind of danger there. When we feel like this is what I've learned from one of my mentors. We're often not reacting to the situation in front of us. We're reacting to something that happened to us in the past. Some occasion where we were made to feel a great sense of a negative emotion. That shame, that embarrassment I was telling you about. And anything that even vaguely reminds us of that situation where we were made to feel like that represents a trigger. And I think one of the reasons I get drawn in to these arguments online and almost want to feel powerful, want to feel like I've kind of conquered online. I know it's a weird way of putting it, but it's almost like compensating for times in the past where I didn't handle myself that well. Or I'm extra sensitive to this specific thing. Or I view any attack on one of my interests or my opinions as an attack on myself. It's because there were times in the past where I wasn't able to defend myself from that, whether it's bullies or, that's what I experienced in school. I did get bullied quite a lot, and I think I still have a lot of repressed anger from that. And when people put me down or put something I like down, that anger comes up to the surface. And we become extra sensitive about it because we want to protect ourselves from feeling what we didn't want to feel back then. We're on high alert We're extra sensitive to like anything that could cause that. Not just that, but we almost want to be like proactive. Like when I say I go around provoking people, it's almost like trying to assert myself as better. Like I'm protecting myself from things that haven't even happened yet. Like I'm the top guy, you can't put me down, you can't bully me. And all of it sounds like very ridiculous because it's just online, but like this is the psychology of it. And this is why people just can't stop like commenting under the most obvious rage bait or like replying to things. Like at this point I'll see things that I know are rage bait and I'll still like feel like a strong urge to reply. Like, but the thing is, once we can view it through that lens of, okay, I'm not reacting to this thing in front of me. This hasn't really annoyed me. This person who I don't even know yet want to strangle through the fucking monitor. Am I really that annoyed at them? Or am I annoyed at what they represent? Sometimes it's the case that we literally visualize someone who, from the past, has done us wrong. Think about it. Like, I want you to do this next time. Like, next time you're really angry on the internet or in a different situation, anything where there's like a faceless person involved, who is it that you're visualizing? Like, what person do they become? Oftentimes it is someone from the past. We are visualizing like some kind of like justice or payback against a specific type of person. I think I actually visualize people in the past, like some of my bullies. I'm almost like venting the rage that I feel at them, at this person. But yeah, recognizing when we're not even reacting to this comment, we're reacting to how it makes us feel, what it reminds us of from the past. Often acknowledging that can take away the power this rage bait has over you. For me, what I'm trying to become better at, and I know this is possible because my mentor has told me that when he sees rage bait, he's just able to feel completely neutral about it. What I'm trying to do is to not rise to it. Not in a way like, oh, control your emotions, like don't rise to it. When people say that, you just become angry, or I do. But looking at it through the angle of like, I'm feeling this anger run through my body. I want to protect myself. I'm reacting in the same way as if there was someone trying to do me harm, standing in front of me, but I'm just on my phone. Is this real? Is this real anger? Or is this anger at someone from the past? Am I in any danger right now? No. And sometimes just that moment of realization, that break in the pattern, is enough to snap me out of it a little bit. Is enough to kind of calm me down to the point where I don't reply. And if that doesn't work, because it is a skill, it's going to take time. What I've been trying to do is it's as simple as waiting for like 15 minutes. I'm not going to comment anything. I'm not going to reply. Sure, I still have all these words of anger like going around in my head, but I'm not going to reply to it yet. I'll reply in 15 minutes. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I do end up getting sucked in, but at least like 40% of the time I haven't, because by then I just don't see the point in it. I know that I'm not actually angry at this person. And I know that this isn't an attack on me. It's all a reaction to the past. So yeah, have a think about that, because it's a really interesting way of understanding where anger really comes from and then processing it. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.